Speaking for Measure W tonight is Will Sutton. You'll have 2 minutes for an introduction and overview of the bond measure.
Thank you. Good morning. Good evening. My name is Will Sutton. I've been a community banker here for the past 27 years. I've raised my family here. This community is very important to me, and I'm a volunteer for the Measure W provision. I'm proud to be here tonight, and thank you for having this. Measure W will be on the November 8th ballot. Measure W will extend Measure E's 1 cent sales tax. Measure W will not increase current sales taxes. Measure W funds can only be used by the City of Hollister for city services. Measure W is projected to raise $4.5 million each year for the next 20 years. If Measure W does not pass, the City of Hollister will be forced to reduce city services. Hope is not a plan for action. We can't keep wishing we're going to make this happen each and every year. We have to be fiscally responsible. A way to do this, I have a saying, and I've seen a lot of Rotarians here today. I really appreciate that. Many hands make light work. This tax will allow us to do something as a community where everyone will have an equal part in doing it. It's not on the backs of one or two or many. This is the way that it's a fair way to continue to do our services. If we don't do this, we are going to lose services. You're not going to be able to, you talk about traffic, talk about roads, talk about the lack of response. Hollister is I'm very proud of Hollister, and the chief is right here. Our city police department has done a wonderful job of reducing crime in the last, since this Measure E was passed in 2012. Mayor Ignacio has worked well to collaborate with many of the other groups in the community to be fiscally responsible. But if we don't vote this provision in, we are heading for a serious disaster for the future. I'm not joking. You just saw 12 firefighters possibly being laid off in a community where we should have 45 firefighters, and we only have 25, and we'll be down 28. So there you go.
Thank you. The first question with a 90-second response. This measure covers funding for everything from fighting crime to art. Can you please clarify what Measure W funding will be going to specifically?
Well, provision is a general part. It is going to be a general fund, but the large percentage of it's going to public safety. Public safety is not a negotiation. It is an expectation. We cannot allow our community to have a quality world. We want to have a good education. You have to have a public safety feeling. You want to make sure that you can call in a fire department. You can call in a 911. You want to have that response time. That's where a majority of these funds are going to go. We're going to also go to improving the roads. You saw a good portion of that. I live on Sarah Vista Drive. Thank God that road was done. My front end alignment went out about 5 times in the last 5 years before that. So fixing those kinds of things is what we need. We also have good planning with this. So majority of these funds are going to go to making sure that we have a strong public safety plan, and that's why I say hope is not a plan for action. You have to have that in place to be safe.
Thank you. Question number 2 with a 90-second response. What impact would the failure of this measure have on city services?
Well, you've seen that going on already with the layoff of 12 firefighters. You see that with a competition between other city services. You want your trees trimmed, you want your gutters cleared. We had a similar situation when we had a sewer problem. When those sewer took place, we had a stop in development, and a quality of life was impacted. This is the same kind of impact that will happen. Again, Measure W will allow everyone to have a hand in, by their participation in buying goods and services, this community to do the right thing, to have a quality of life safety feature. I think that it's time we all stepped up to participate in this way by making this happen. We can't bury our heads and say, we can't keep doing this. So again, I hope that answered the question.
Thank you. That's all we have for Measure W tonight.